Hey guys, it's Gwen. I'm back with another Christmas DIY video for you. I am sharing two styles of wreaths in this video, which I think you will love. I love how these came out and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give me that thumbs up if you do. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you will not miss a single upload. And as always, thank you to all my subscribers and returning viewers. Now let's get on with these projects. So I'm using these metal stars that came from Dollar Tree, and I did spray paint them in the color Clamshell by Krylon Fusion. I'm also using this garland, which I already had for many years, and this is a great thing about repurposing things that you may have already owned or have been in your decor box, like me. So this one is a really nice neutral sort of champagne colored poinsettias on this leaf garland, and I did take some zip ties and then just zip tie that garland down in different areas on each corners, just to sort of help attach them and that they don't, sort of move around. I'm also taking some bits and bobs from my Christmas decor box, and this one is an old decoration I've had for, again, so many years. This is like a cute birdhouse looking ornament I picked up, like I said, many moons ago. I believe it originally came from Michael's, and as you saw there, I did have to glue back that little roof. That's how long I've had it, so it's been sort of, jumbled around in my stash. And I'm just going to pick different assortments of picks and berries and things like that that will go along with this theme. So I opted to use more like neutral colors, more in the greenery and off-white look. And this is leaning more towards Victorian or shabby chic. So if you favor that style, this is definitely the wreath for you. I love the look of this. I really love the outcome. And this just goes to show you that you can use things that you already own that may have not been for what it's intended, but you can always use it in different ways to create other types of decor. So like this garland, for instance, is normally just a garland that you would drape along like a mantle over a window or fireplace or things like that, but you can definitely use it for a wreath. And I didn't cut them, separate them in pieces or anything like that. I just attached them to that star with zip ties. And here I'm just taking some additional ornaments, again, things I've already owned previously, and then just hot gluing them down into place. Now, like I mentioned, this is going to be what I'm calling a caged wreath. Now, I'm calling it that because I am layering two of these wire wreath forms on top of each other, making sure that you leave the hollow parts towards the middle, so facing each other, and that will allow for that room that you need to fill your space. And then I'm taking some zip ties to just attach the two stars together, just so that, you don't have things falling off. And this is what's going to create that caged look, if you will. Now, I love this look. Not only does it accentuate that star, but also it gives it like a shadow box effect, as if you were creating like a shadow box, but in a wreath form. And these wire wreath forms, are very versatile, and you can use them in so many different ways. Imagine how pretty this would look if you added some ornaments or like ball ornaments into the stars, like maybe neutral colored ones. Even if you're going more for your traditional colorful, Christmas colors, you can use Christmas balls just to fit your color scheme. Anything goes. It just shows how you can use these star wreath forms in many different ways. I'm also using that cute little bird. Again, it's something I already had, and it does have a little clip on it, and I didn't glue that down. I just clipped it onto the wire form. I then added more berries to this, and then the remaining part of the garland, I just cut apart any pieces of poinsettia or leaves that I needed in order to fill any sparse area of this wreath. Now with this ribbon, I just cut a length to fit across, and I was wanting to go more for a like slanted or angled look. And then I just hot glued the corners down just so it wouldn't budge or anything, and then cut the corners, trimmed it off at an angle. I also did create a hanger, like a jute hanger for this, just knotting it to the back of this star. And that's going to create this hanger in order for you to hang this wreath. Now, you can also use this as a shelf decor. It does lean up very nicely if you just have something to prop it against. And I really love the outcome of this. I mean, this came out better than I expected or imagined, and just look how beautiful that is. Just stick around to the end to see the final reveal. Let's move on to the second wreath for this video. I'm taking another set of those wire wreath forms. This time it's going to be a different style. I'm going more with greens and reds, and at the end of it, this came out looking a lot more like primitive farmhouse or primitive country. It's another style that I really love, and you know, I'm not opposed to a lot of the styles that I show on my videos. Obviously, I create decorations or DIYs based upon my own personal style preferences. So I do favor many different styles. Here I'm just using this like evergreen looking type of greenery. I'm not sure if that's what it is. Maybe it's cedar. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It's just a pick that I had and just cut it apart into different pieces. I'm also using this floral wire, and this is what I'm going to use to attach those greenery pieces down to my wire form. Now, if you wanted to, you can also try using hot glue. I think it's a little bit more trickier just because you have a lot of open spaces on the wire wreath form and not a whole lot of like surface space for the pieces to actually attach to the form. So if you want more of a cleaner finish, I would opt to use the wire instead, like I'm doing here. It's just a lot better in terms of actually concealing what's attaching your pieces down. And, you know, hot glue tends to look really messy, especially when you have no way of hiding it. So if you have less surface space to glue something, then, and you have a lot of like open spaces like this, wire is the way to go. So I'm just going to continue to attach all of those greeneries down to the base of my star. And again, just as I did with the first star wreath, you are going to want to make sure that your hollow part is the part that you're filling with your pieces, because you're going to essentially sandwich those pieces with the two stars, and you want to have that hollowed out space in the middle to accommodate your, you know, decorations. So here I'm taking these berry picks, which I cut down. I just cut it down short enough to fit within the wreath form. And then I'm just sort of angling them in different directions until I was happy with the placement. And again, just using that floral wire, just go ahead and cut pieces down to size, and then twist them around your little picks to attach them down. And once you have your arrangement the way that you want them, then you can move on to the next step. So I did take that second star and just sort of placed it on top of the other one just to get a visual, to make sure I was liking how this was looking, the direction this was heading. Sometimes you do have to stop and kind of, you know, take a step back, look at your project before you proceed, because sometimes, you know, things don't always end up the way that you imagined it to go. So it's good to sort of pause and make sure that, you know, your idea is coming into fruition. So everything was looking the way I had imagined it. So I'm just going to continue to play around with my placement of all of my picks and berries just until I was happy with everything. And the main goal here was just to make sure that I had good even spacing, just so that, you know, you don't have large gaps in between. You know, that would make for an awkward looking wreath. So you always want to like fill your spaces and make sure that you don't have like any sparse areas or any large openings that look unfinished. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was to add these cute little paper stars. And I use this for other DIYs on my videos, my other videos. And these I picked up from like a yard sale. And they're super adorable. They're like paper stars that someone folded, and then they're sort of like puffy and 3D looking. I thought that they would make really cute, DIY embellishments, and so it's really come in handy for me these past few videos. I've been using them for my projects, so I really love the look that it gives. They came in two sizes, the larger and then the smaller, and they're just great fillers. So as you see here, I'm just hot gluing them in random places that I needed a little bit more, to fill up the spaces, and it just ties in really nicely with this whole look, the stars and sort of like that primitive country look. It does have like music sheet pattern on it, which you might not be able to see from this distance, but it is like music sheet paper that they use to fold down these stars. And again, I really love how these stars completed this wreath. It gave it just what it needed to fill in the spots and also tie in everything. So next I am going to just trim off any excess pieces that might be hanging a little too far out, making sure that I have a little bit more balanced look. So anywhere that needed a little extra greenery, I'm just sort of cutting from other areas that have a little too much, and then just keep arranging and fluffing out your picks and berries. And here I am trying to also push out some of those berries to pop through those openings. And it just gives it that really nice look, more realistic look to it. And it gives it that dimension that, I'm trying to achieve with this wreath. And I think that just gives it that perfect, that look that I'm looking for. And then in order to attach both of the wreath forms, I'm doing the same thing as I did with the first, is to use zip ties. And I like to do them from all corners because, that's where, you want your pieces to attach, and, make sure that your items are not going anywhere. So I just went ahead and attached all of those zip ties, and then I'm going to cut them down. And then I'm also continuing to add any other types of embellishments that I need to fill up any extra space, or any pieces that might be loose. This is a time to go ahead and make sure all of your pieces are adhered nicely. So this is coming together very well. I wanted to add this cute Rusty Bell pick, which I picked up from Joann's, and I think it finishes off this look very nicely. Again, leaning more towards that primitive country farmhouse look, and it's super adorable. Gives it that nice little touch and that cute little jingle that it has, along with the little rusty look that it has. And then I also added some ribbon to the top. I took this nice burlap style ribbon with the red striping, and then I just did one knot first to the top of the star, and then I took 3 additional pieces in varying lengths and just overlap them across each other. And then you'll see that I sort of do a crisscross formation, from the longest to the shortest piece, and then using a piece of jute string, just connect all the pieces together, knotting it into place, and then I will go ahead and attach that to the first ribbon tail that I added. And then I'm also going to use that jute string as a means of a hanger. So after I knot all the pieces together, I'm going to also make that loop that I need to make that a hanger as well. And that will be the hanger for the star. And again, you can use the star wreath as a natural wreath that you hang, on a door, above a window, or a frame or mirror. Or you can use it as a shelf sitter and just lean it up against, a table or shelf or anything, or just to add to a vignette. I mean, possibilities are endless. You can go any which way with these wreaths. They would make a really nice addition to your decor. And the last thing I'm doing is just trimming off the edges, just cutting them at an angle just for that cleaner look. And I must say that I am super pleased with the outcome of this wreath. Super adorable. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed both of these ideas. I'd love to hear from you in the comments Don't forget to give me that thumbs up if you did enjoy, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I almost forgot to mention I did add one last bit of detail. I found this cute little mini ornament in my stash. This came in a pack, which I picked up from Walmart, I believe, last year during their Christmas clearance. Super cute, very rustic. It's like a fabric star and has the word peace written across it. Super cute. I think it finishes off this look very well. Look at how adorable that looks. Let's take a look at both of these wreaths. I think they are super precious. I love them. I love how they came out. Super easy to do, as you can see. All you need is like a layer of something that's going to fill up your wreath and add additional fillers and embellishments, and you have yourself some gorgeous wreaths for Christmas. So that is it for this video. I hope I inspired you to make some wreaths for Christmas this year. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you in my next one. Thanks for watching.